news. Um, um, CJ. Okay. CJ Gardner um, has been traded to the Texans. Them, them and the Eagles swap picks. Um, they swap picks. Um, them, they swap picks in the draft. The they traded C.J. Gardner, swap picks, and then they got a backup guard who is a backup. Fifth round, six picks. They just swap picks. Um, C.J. Gardner is going to the Texans. A lot of Eagles fans are upset about it. Um, yeah. So Daniel Jones reached a deal with the Colts. Yeah. So they C.J. Gardner has been traded to the Texans. I was in the bathroom when I heard that. I'm like, huh? Um, listen. I think the reason why they did it because C.J. Gardner um, was causing too much distractions on the Eagles thing. You know, him attacking Taylor Swift and being disrespectful and saying different things to Travis Kelsey about Taylor Swift and being disrespectful. You know, it's a part of the game, but you got to remember, uh, you know, Travis, Jason Kelsey is friends with is friends with most of the people in the Eagles organization, and Brad Veach and Howie Roseman are friends. They work together and they have a friendship. I mean, they hug each other. They do business. If if somebody from old Eagles about to go into the Eagles Hall of Fame, they let Andy Reid come back to Philadelphia and welcome that player in the Eagles Ring of Hall of Fame because Andy Reid was here in Philadelphia for 14 years. So most of the players like Brian Dawkins, Brian Westbrook, Trey Thomas, and then when they do put them in the ring honor, Eagles Ring of Honor, they bring back Andy Reid because Andy Reid was their coach. And a lot of people forget that he coached in Philadelphia for 14 years. But you remember this, y'all. C.J. Gardner was um, stay on top. C.J. Gardner was traded to the Texans, and all they did was swap a six and a fifth, and they got some Kenny picked some guard uh, that the from the Texans. First of all, I don't know why the Texans would even trade anybody off of their offensive line anywhere because C.J. Stroud need protection, and I think they trying to build the defense up first, but that young man needs. Y'all talked about. I hear y'all talking about the Chicago Bears offensive line. He needs um, he needs protection. The Washington Commanders got a nice left guard, and the Eagles fans is going off by losing C.J. Gardner. But y'all saying, "Oh man, we could go back to the Super Bowl. We could do this. We could do that." Now, y'all are like in disarray because you lost C.J. Gardner. I mean, if you got Cooper Jean, Cooper, and you still got what's that guy's name? Cooper Jean. Y'all still got Jayden Carter. Y'all might not pick up Daniels, um, the one that y'all drafted in 2022. I mean, y'all still got talent, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for y'all because Cooper Jean is a nickel corner. And like y'all still Cooper Jean. They remember the way the Chiefs got back in that game. They had six. Y'all took all your starters out and put in the backups. And then Cooper Jean was on Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy got two touchdowns. And then when the game got kind of tight, was like the Chiefs was gonna come back. That's when y'all was like y'all start screaming start putting back in your starters for a little bit. You lost Milton Williams. You lost Sweat. Y'all was trying to bring back Hassan Reddick. Burke. Burke went to the Cardinals. No, signed with somebody else. He was the backup. I mean, y'all still got a good team. Y'all still got a good team. Um, we didn't hear nothing yet. He was traded to the Texans. Um, no breaking, like real breaking. news yet, and I mean, and the Eagles fans is in uproar. Y'all not the only team that lost players. The Chiefs lost running back to sign a 2-year deal with the Bengals. Um, and one guy that the Chiefs had, number 90, he signed with the Colts. He got 54 million for 54 million for 3 years. Um, which y'all gotta realize in free agency, you're going to Najee Harris signed with the Chargers. Now, y'all would have been upset if Najee would have went to the Washington Commanders, but he went to the Chargers. And y'all got to realize that y'all having a connection fit. Y'all need to be glad that y'all still got a team. You know, y'all still got a good team. This is what I keep. You know, y'all still got a team. I mean, y'all got Saint Car. People like who's gonna stop Saint Car and Barkley? Uh, who's gonna stop Zach Barnes? Who's like some of y'all fans is like we still got a good team. Yeah, y'all do. But don't y'all think that NFL teams are sitting and going to, this is what I don't get. And maybe my understanding is different from y'all. Don't y'all think, don't y'all think that teams, you don't think that teams are going to take your players and every time uh, they play y'all, they're gonna ask their former teammates what do they like to do offensively. what's your teammate? What's your former teammate weakness? You know, and then they saying Stephon Diggs might be going to the Cowboys. I hate when you go through TikTok and fans be putting up now. I'm on the NFL Network. The Colts is expected to sign Daniel Jones to a contract. 1 year, 14 million. And Chase Young is staying with the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, man. Nobody, no best. Nobody picked up Justin Reed yet. Only thing that's happened so far is Daniel Jones is going to sign with the Colts. So he's going to be best fit for Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. So yeah, okay, like I said, Eagles traded defensive back CJ Gardner Johnson to the Texans for a left outside guard, left tackle. And all he's going to do, they might not keep him. They might just put him in the trade package. And you don't know what the Eagles might try to do. They probably got rid of him. We don't know. I don't know what they trying to do. They probably trying to go out and they probably trying to go out and get. What's it? Von Miller. You never know with them. They probably try to go out and get Von Miller and put him on their defense. They probably gonna try to go out, and Miles Garrett need to be ashamed of himself playing like I want to leave, and then when the Browns came and offered him a 4-year extension with extra money, he's like, maybe money is more important than winning championships. What? You know, some fans like, oh, thank you guys for taking our leftovers. Really? You know, them saying you talking about the Eagle fan that just said, thanks for taking our leftovers. Uh, don't you know that some of them leftovers when they went to another team, they could tell their offensive coordinator what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Uh, Cause only quarterback that's still on the board is Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Ward, Jerry, Joey Bosa, Lockett is on the board, and a lot of I know a lot of you said how they gonna stop Saquon Barkley. You may have a good offense, but y'all said last year defense win championships. If offense win championships, then we in the wrong sport. The Miami Dolphins owner, he's finally waking up, and he did something today. He signed somebody from the New York Giants. Cooper Cup, he's going to be cut. Um, Kent Ward is still out there. Tony, Jameis Winston is still out there. Um, Russell Wilson. Wow. Don't forget tonight. Don't forget tonight. If you wrestling fan, you into NXT. You got Moose versus Opa Femi. You got Julia versus Stephanie Valkyrie. You got the Hardy Boys versus Axiom and Frazier. And you got Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. And then you got Jordan Grace versus Roxanne Perez. And then you got the Hall of Famers in the house. Undertaker, Booker T, and Mickey James. Yeah, and next week. Oh, thanks for reminding me. WWE is going to be in another country, Belgium, on the 17th, 24th. They're going to be overseas. So they're going to have, so if you got, Amazon, not Amazon, what's that? Netflix, and you come home and you turn on your net on Netflix, you can rewatch the show when you get home. But they're gonna be in I think Belgium for a while. Some shows are going to start at some shows are going to start at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I mean, you're going to still be able to watch it on. Um, you're still going to be able to rewind it and watch it anytime you want. But they will take it and put it live, and you can pick the episode that you want to watch. But they will be in Belgium live on the 17th. So you're going to have Cody Rhodes come face to face with John Cena. He will be there. You're going to have a no holds bar match with Penta and Luke Kaiser. Then you're going to have um, Brian Breaker versus, what's the guy's name? Finn Balor. Okay. Then you're going to have uh, Jay Uso versus Austin Theory. Ivy Now versus versus Dakota Kai. And Seth Rollins, he's gonna want to try to get his get back. And the Chargers signed, I forgot, Joshua Palmer, 3 years, 3 years, 36 million. Also, April 6th, April 6th, AEW will be here at the Temple Arena for AEW Dynasty. That's Sunday, April 6th in Philadelphia. At the at Temple's, I know at the Temple's basketball stadium. Tickets are now on sale. Yeah, we sent traded Judy to the Chicago Bears. We lost the running back. He signed with the to the Bengals, and then Justin Watson signed with the Texans. The Tayshawn WALTON signed with the got a big payday from the um what's that team, Jesus? Carolina Panthers. If you want your Super Bowl ring, replica Super Bowl ring of the Eagles season, you go to Stone StoneSinger.com. They, yeah, that was 4 days ago. Buffalo released Sam Martin. You know, Kenny Pickett got traded to the Cleveland Browns for a pick. Look at my sweetheart. Look at Jade Carhill. Love her. And I love her. I can see a 6-man ladder match for for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. I can see that. And I can see Jade um, and Naomi. I can see Logan Paul, and that's what it's leading to. And I can see um, a match, um, Candice and Candice and Nia Jax versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I can see that. I can see I can see um, Piper Niven probably turning and Piper Niven getting the U.S. Women's Championship shot against Chelsea Green. I can see Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, and um, his LWO mates recruiting Penta, and then I can see them facing the New Day and Ray, Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable. That was an 8-man tag team street fight. I would love to see that. And then, you know, everybody want to see Jay versus um, Gunther. And then Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte. That's gonna happen, and I can see CM Punk. Um, like I said, it's gonna lead up to CM Punk and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in a three-way match at the at WrestleMania. And I can see, yeah, I can see them putting the United States up in the 6 man ladder match. And I can see some way that Braun Strowman get hurt and Malachi Aleister Black gets added to it. I can see that. I can see Naomi, Naomi um, lose it, and I can see that, and then the second night I can see um, Bianca Belair and what's that girl's name? Io Sky in a match. Yeah, and Javon Holland going to the G-Man. Uh, Javon Holland got a 3 year, 45.3 million. Might as well just say 46 million. Jesus, all this point stuff. And Charlotte takes on Fad B this week on SmackDown. Oh, and some of you WWE fans, um, during April, um, you know how they do the Hall of Fame? After SmackDown, well, SmackDown will be shown. SmackDown will be earlier. SmackDown will be at 5 o'clock. I think SmackDown will be at 5 o'clock, and then after SmackDown, then they would just go into the arena, into the arena. Listen, they would go into the arena, another arena around maybe 8 o'clock, and then they would do their inductions of Triple H, Michelle McCool, Lex Luger. I think they said it was like if Steve wanted to, he can induct his friend Lex Luger into the Hall of Fame. Chiefs have signed Kendrick Fuller, FUTTON, to a 2-year deal, 20 million. 15 million is guaranteed. Okay. Okay, they signed another player. 2 years. He agreed to a two year deal, 20 million. He's a former Charger. He's a cornerback. Okay. Now I'm hearing that the team, the Buffalo, not Buffalo, the Miami Dolphins. Now I think they changing their mind. I don't think they want Tyreek. Tyreek Hill now want to stay, but I heard that they are not happy with Miami is not happy with Tyreek Hill. So I wouldn't be surprised If they dumbed it down and said, look, retire this, retire this, let's get rid of him. We just said, anybody that want him, just give us a third round pick. Sure. But I know when Trey, you know, so ain't nothing like really. Yeah, I mean, Wow, Mac Allen signed with New England.
That's as funny as theme song. Oh, you guys get into those.
Wouldn't it be wouldn't it be something if, and it's not going to happen, wouldn't it be something if the Commanders and Dallas did a trade with each other, and then Michael Parsons become a uh, a a Washington Commander? Hey, it happened before when everybody thought that it would happen when Donovan got traded to the Washington Redskins. So don't look at me and don't think it can't happen. It happened.
Figured if we were going to re-sign three guys, those were going to be the guys. Once the cap took a jump, and sure enough, that's the way it worked out. So, not to say they won't bring anybody else back, but I feel like those guys were their priorities. And
Wow. Okay. Byron Murphy Jr. got a 3 year, $66 million deal with the Vikings. Okay, they re-signed Jonathan Allen. Oh, don't like that boy. Okay, so uh, the guard that the Eagles traded for, okay, he so it won't go against the Eagles cap because the boy is still he got who they traded C.J. Gardner for has a 2 year rookie deal on his contract. So it really won't hurt the Eagles cap. Okay, Chase Young got a 3 year extension, 51 million contract extension with incentives in it. Yeah, they want to keep him.
Jerry Jones. This be Jerry? What you out there? What you watching? Now then, they chased him. Jerry, free agency has started. Movement has started all around you. Are you paying any attention to what's going on in Washington? Did you see what the Commanders did again today? It wasn't free agency that they utilized. They have the fourth most cap space of anybody, fourth most cap to spend of anybody in the league. And just watch what they do now. They traded. So they went out and stole Debo by a trade. So they got Debo Samuel, even if it's just for next year. I know he's a little longer in the tooth, but they went out today and traded for or stole Laramie Tunsil. Jerry, are you paying attention to this? Laramie Tunsil has made 3 straight Pro Bowls. By all accounts, he's one of the best left tackles, one of the top 2 or 3 in the league. He has been traded twice now, so there's something amiss, something afoul. I don't know why the
Nick Moulton, Nick M Mullen's signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was it. Rams signed, uh, not Rams, Buffalo signed Michael. Michael Hoecht to a contract. 3 years, 24 million. You signed him for that, but you cut Von Miller. Something ain't right. Byron Stevenson signed. Yeah, we know that already. Yeah. Ain't no only person that signed so far is Daniel Jones. And that in that trade, Brian Howard at a Sixers game. Samantha Irvin immediately around the world professional wrestler. Yeah, I mean, whoa.
Oh, wait, I mean, shouldn't we just eat? You know, I mean, God did take time out of his busy schedule to bless these sloppy joes. Come on, Shelley, tell me your news. This is on you. Amy and I are living together in sin like a couple of New Yorkers. Now, while you scold us, I'm going to get a knife and a fork. Joe may be sloppy, but Sheldon's not. Well, thank you for letting me know, and I, for one, am thrilled. What? Where's the judgment? Where's the fire and brimstone? She picks 50 ordinary people every year, giving each one $100,000. She's already helped 300 people. And a lot, make sure that you guys are, if you guys are just looking, tap the screen for me. Thank you, Emily. I do appreciate it. Raya, welcome, welcome. Ishmael, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Emily, thank you for coming back to see me. How was your day going? Emily, if you haven't sent your daily heart me, please send me your daily heart me. And the heartbeat thing is down at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom of the gift box. I don't know if you know what it is. You probably sent it out today already. But if you haven't, can I please have it? So that you can be a part of the team. Ishmael, what are you doing? Are you having a great day? I think I messed up my ring light, but I do have another one that's coming in. Respectfully, CL, welcome.
I'll be back if we get any news.